That's it. That's absolutely pointless, look at it. Absolutely pointless. Right. Okay, welcome back. It's another day. We are just waiting for the rest of the mechatronic unit to come back. As you may have seen in a previous video, it came back from soft electronic without the slider, which was not much use. So should be coming today. That's the hope, and then we can get this put back onto the valve body unit. What I'm going to do today, though, store that safely underneath, is I'm going to remove the solenoids. I'm going to see if we've got any crud, rubbish sitting in the gauzes. So to do that, you need a T27. Just undo all the bolts along here. This lifts up that strip, and then we can just pull out the solenoids one by one, have a look, put some electrical cleaner in them, not brake fluid, brake cleaner should I say, or anything else, just to clean them out and pop them back in again. So yeah, let's get on with that. Start from the middle and just gently undo them. So this is the last one. Just lift this off nice and carefully. Just note the hooks. Ooh, the indents come towards me. Down there. And then we'll start with this one, I think. Do I need a receptacle for any oil that may come out? I've got some cloths down here, so we should be okay. Let's just get one of them, just in case. Right, should be a case of just twisting them. There we go. Now, that doesn't look too bad at all. The previous video, I tested them all, so internally they should be fine, unless they got completely gumped up. But this gearbox has had 2, maybe 3 refills now. 2 refills actually. Most of the oil's been changed. It's come out of the torque converter. That looks pretty clear. I'm going to give it a clean anyway. Just dip my finger in there just to see. I'm interested. Yeah. Oil. Okay, so just got some Holt's electrical contact cleaner. And I'm just going to give this a gentle spray. Probably spray onto the cloth. Is there a little bit of damage there? What do we think? Don't think so. That's coming off, whatever it is. I really don't want to touch these, but yeah, looks like there's a small bit of debris there. I wonder if I can very carefully see if this comes off. No, and it has. Excellent. Let's do the same for this one, hopefully. Yep. That's good. Nothing else on there that I can see. Maybe a little bit in that corner. I'll just go around all of them actually. There we are. And the top one. That looks absolutely fine. So let's pop this one back in. With a clip. and pull this one out. And we'll put the last one back in. Okay. Get the brace, or whatever you want to call it. Pop that down there, like so. And then what we'll do next is just hand thread these in. So I need to get the torque for these. It's not going to be very much, I'd imagine, 8 maybe. Okay, that's it. That's the last of them in. I do need to torque them up, as I just said, so I'll go off and find out what they should be, and then we'll continue after that. Okay, I've had a look at the ZF manual, and the T27s, they need to be made up to 10 Newton meters, which is what we've got on here. So let's just click these up. We'll start in the centre. Right, that's the last one. They should all be nice and tight now. And then we'll just do the torque. Start in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we start about there. Oh, and I forgot that little one on the end there. Luckily that's on the end, that's not really going to matter. Let's just screw that in. There we go. And we'll just go through and check them once more. Okay, that's them all in place. So next step is to put on the mechatronics unit. So good news, the missing part from the mechatronics unit has arrived via DHL. So let's get into this, and hopefully this should be the slider part. Electronics box. Get something to open this. Got a pair of scissors. to go in? Probably here. Question is it a new one or is it my one? Okay, so that's it. That looks fairly used, so and probably looks like my one. Anyway, let's get this fitted back in. So there's the mechatronic unit. I'm pretty sure it goes in that way. I will check, because I think that these bits go at the bottom. Let me just pop that down. And that stops it coming out. And then this engages, gets around the right way. It's run upside down at the moment, so let's very carefully flip this over. To go all the way up there. Let's turn that around so you get a better look. So the mechatronic unit has to engage into that there, either side of that little circle. So this bit here has to go either side. Now I think, careful, I'm probably going to have to test this anyway, check it anyway. So that dowel goes in there, that dowel goes in there, so we've got it engaged now. I just need to make sure we get this around the right way. So the slider, move this round, protect that. The slider's all the way down here now at the back, and the slide piece is there, it does pop out the back. So I think what we do is just push this down and push that down. There we go, you can see now that's engaged. Push that there. And we also need to get this pushed down here. It's popped out. There we are. We're there. Solenoid's engaged on the slidey. All of these are engaged as well, no gaps. And so now I just need to screw it up. Be very careful. Now from memory, there we go, that's fully in now, that's fully down, making sure that that's clipped in, yep, so we don't have any gaps. And we have the slider pin engaged in there. So now let's just do it back up. Which are labelled up as the TCM bolts, funnily enough. I think these are all the same length. Yeah, they are. So now it's just a case of saying that. No, they're not all the same length. Let's get them out. Let's have a look, shall we? So I'd imagine the longer ones, yeah, actually go through like that. So let's do the obvious longer ones first. That one there, I think probably that one down there. Some of the long ones out. So how many more long ones do we have? So we'll put 2 in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we've got these slightly shorter ones. We have 5 of those. So let's concentrate on the long ones. Okay, these are 227 by the look of it. Okay, so that's all the long bolts. I've now got 5 smaller ones. Okay, so we've worked out now what goes where. So the bolts that have gone in, long ones here, here. This one was taken out by mistake. This one shouldn't have come out. It just holds the 2 halves of the valve body together. This bolt has gone in, this one here, and then you've got this one here. You've got the 3 here in a line. This one here, and that one over there, and that I think is all of them. These have got to be done up to 10 again. That's what I'm going to do them up to anyway. So I'll start with this one. We're still at 10, yeah. This one here. Right, that should be all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's nothing loose there. Okay, that's all done. So now the good part, putting all of this back in the car and filling it up with oil and going through the procedure. See, that's all in there, moving nicely. Solenoids are all nicely clipped in. Pins are all good. Don't touch these at all when you're doing any of this, because you can get electromagnetic problems and charges and whatever, and can cause problems. Pins are nice and straight. So let's flip this over again and we'll give it another clean when we get to the car. That's your speed sensor as well. Make sure that's not got any kind of rubbish on it, any filings or anything, because that will affect it. Make sure that's lovely and clean. Right, okay, catch you in a bit. Okay, here we are, outside. Exciting times. There's the gearbox, mechatronics, solenoid unit, valve body, all into one, all put back together, all torqued up. There's the car, and that's where I'm going. How lovely. Underneath there, I'm going to try and video as much as I can. There's plenty of videos on this kind of subject. I'm going to drop that pan. I don't know if you can see that up there. A load of bolts, but first I'm going to undo the drain plug because there's bound to be a load of oil that's seeped in as it's been up here for a week. Drain it into this container next to me, and then once I'm happy that most of it's out, I'm going to drop that down, whack the mechatronics unit, sorry, the valve body back up there, T40 screws, do them up to torque, yeah, put the pan back on, and then pray. Hopefully this has fixed it. So let me get set up and join me as I'm draining it. Okay, here we are underneath. Just going to undo this with a big old, oh God, typical. I've done it up a bit too tight. There we go. So, let's get that positioned under there, and we're going to try and catch anything that's been left in here since I put it up at the weekend, or the other weekend. And yes, look at that. There is quite a bit. So we'll let that drain out before I'm brave enough to undo all of these. I think I just did these up finger tight anyway, so we'll put that over there. No, I didn't, I did them up quite tight. Right, not a problem. Yeah. Let's get a socket on those, Torques on those. Okay, so we're going to remove all of these now. T40, that's kind of finished. So I'm going to put the bung back in there for now. Bung, it's not exactly a technical term, is it? Drain plug. There we go. I'll just nip that up like that, and then I'm going to take off these, starting there. Right, I'm going to do this off camera because I've only got one hand. I'll start in the centre. And it has. Right, swap the battery over. Give me 2 secs. Right, we're back. New battery. Let's get ready to rumble, as the diminutive duo said. Are we all out? We are. Right, let's put my hand up there. We are loose. We have captured the bolt. There shouldn't be too much in here. Right. Let's just wedge that on there. Move this over here, and let's just take a look up there, shall we? And there we go. That's the bottom of your ZF 6 HP 26 gearbox. So the valves, I'd already done these. These are all nice and new. They've all been done. Also the 4 tubes, they've been done as well. All ZF parts. So yeah, now we've got to fit the unit up there and torque it to spec, put that back on again and start filling it with oil. So let's go get the mechatronic unit. So we have the slider unit over that side. good. We have to make sure that the slider engages it in there, up there. Make sure we've got no dirt on that mechatronic thing there. There we are. Right, let's just try and get a bolt up there. Put that in there. There we go. Let's put a bolt in there. Let's get another bolt. Come on. This isn't difficult. Right, that's done. This one. Okay, that's lovely. That's gone in nice. As has that. So, the benefit of the camera. Let's see if I can. We've got that connected in there. Nice. So the slider piece is there. That's connected into the barrel, the plunger, if you like, there, and the gearbox part is on the other side, so that's good. 3 small bolts go up there, and then the rest go in the holes that you can see here. So let's get them done. Let's get these small ones in first, on the back. 1, 2. And then 3. Lovely. Let's go for the long ones now. A little clean. So, got one there. These are the only T40s under here as well. All the others are T27s, I think. So you can't pick the wrong bolts when you come to torque them up. Two more to go, hopefully. If there's more than 2 holes, I've done something horrendously wrong. I've got one here, and then one up here. Now I think these are to 10 again, same as the TCM onto the valve body. Let's just give these a little nip up. Start with the small ones. And then the long ones. A little torque up. So start in the middle. That's it, 10. Okay, that's it, done. it doesn't work now, it never will do. I've got to put the electrical socket back up there. I think I'll do that straight away actually. I'll do that now. So let's get that in place. I need to go and get that because that's in my office. Okay, now I always struggle with these. This is the sleeve. It goes behind where the camera is, up here, and connects up. There's an electrical plug up here, which I'll try and show you. There he is. This goes into the gearbox. That's how it all talks to the car. Lots of pins. They all look pretty good condition. I've cleaned these up many times before, so they should be fine. Be very careful you don't bend the pins that are actually in the gearbox. A bit of oil on the O-rings. There's 2 O-rings on this, just to help it go in, and then you push that up, and it should clip in. Let's see, shall we? Let's see, indeed. Right. Great start. Wrists. To rotate it round. Alright, okay. I know for a fact that's not gone in. That's got to go all the way, hasn't it? It's got to go onto that lip there. Oh dear. There. It's dropped in there, so I'm now going to... There we go. Right, time for the big screwdriver. Or maybe a gentle tap with a rubber mallet. Can I get anything in there? Move that electrical plug out of the way. Obviously you've got to be very careful with the oh, it's had an effect. Yeah. Right, let's push this up and let's see what happens. Right, that's clipped. That's come out, that's good. Or clipped home. Try and show you this. You can see there's a tiny gap between the body of the gearbox and the electrical connector or sleeve. This is now been pushed up. Can I pull that out? The answer is no, I cannot. So I think it's home. So very good. Yeah, that's not coming out, is it? No. Right, I'm going to spray some electrical cleaner. There. Oh, that's close. And then we just have to very carefully slide this in there. Any keyways there? Doesn't look like it. There's slots there. There, that's done. That's in place. Right, if you can see that, but that has now twisted lovely onto there. Right, why do they have the drain plug, the drain tube for the air conditioning right next to this plug? No? So that's a good bit of design. Okay, anyway, that's in. That's up. All torqued up. All in place. So let's get that pan up there. Well, I've only got one in my pot. Oh, I've got one missing, so something's fallen out somewhere. Got one here. Where's that gone? Has that also gone into... Ah, there it is, on the concrete. Right, all done. I'm going to do that now, because I will forget. Let's torque that up. Got it on there actually, I think it's like 25, something like that. Set to 10. God, it's cold. Right, so we'll start here. We'll just do them to 10. Actually, we'll start. Oh, one missing. Another one. Where's that then? Let's check that oil. Ah, there it is. Got it. Right, hand tight, and we'll do these now. So we're going to go there, 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 and just move down to the back. Go this one first, I think. Back to where we started. Right, let's get it filled up. Drain plug is up. Drain. Fill plug is there, which I'd already loosened up, obviously, so that's why I can undo it with my hand. I won't spray that down yet. Okay. All right. Time to get some oil in it. Okay, it's time to fill this up. Now this is going to take about 4 litres, we reckon, because obviously there's loads left in the torque converter. I'm going to get this ready. What we do now is we just fill it up until it starts dribbling out of here. Then I'm taking it off the ramps, getting it up to temperature, go through the gears, and then we'll put some more in. I'll check the process, but what you do is you just make sure it's between 30 and 50 degrees or something like that, and then you fill it up until it just starts to dribble out of here, and that's it full. So let's get the pump. Right, we're just going to go with it and see what happens. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to end up using something else. That's absolutely pointless, look at it. Absolutely pointless. Right, ladies and gentlemen, don't buy this heap of shit. It's rubbish, alright? You're just going to end up wasting your time and your expensive transmission oil. Okay, little update for you. You would have seen me scrabbling around with that absolutely useless pump from Sealy. What I ended up doing was setting up my electrical pump that I've got, which is really good, which I have used for oil changes before. Connects up to my big battery that I always keep charged, which is sitting over there. But in here, I'll just show you what I did. So, this is the pump. You see there, and it was really good. This end here, this short end, this went into the gearbox, and then this other end went into the transmission fluid, and it literally filled it up until it was overflowing in probably about 2 minutes. Not even that actually, it was really pumping through. It's big diameter hose as well, so all good. So yeah, so I buttoned it up basically, and I've been driving it now for what, 250 miles, no problems whatsoever. So it looks like it's done. No error codes. It's changing absolutely beautiful, all through the gears. I've put it into sport mode, it's gone up and down, really nice. You don't even notice the gears changing. Okay, so yeah, consider this done. I don't want to be doing that again. So far, as I've just said, it's working perfectly. It's going to live to fight another day. I was considering putting it into auction and maybe selling it and maybe looking for a 5-litre supercharge, but at the moment I've spent so much time and money and effort on this, I'm just going to enjoy it for now. There's a couple of little jobs which I'll cover in a few subsequent videos, but for now, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe and share, and cheerio for now.